most accurate local forecast starts now with meteorologist Brett Thackeron.
Good report, James, and a good time to remind everybody we're free. You can get us over the air, and our app, ABC 27 News Plus, is free, okay, and all of our programming is on there. And we might be on there later today tracking some severe thunderstorms across the region as we take a look at a wet Gettysburg on this Monday. Damaging winds. I want to get that through everybody's head. That is the primary risk today, and I think that tornadoes, while still a possibility, I think that winds along this front are going to be localized and could be very damaging in spots later today through this evening. A cold and blustery Tuesday, and then staying cool here this week. It doesn't warm back up into the 50s again until the first day of spring, which happens to be Friday. So it's wet in downtown Manheim, too. Mist and drizzle continuing to fall. And look at the low clouds in Camp Hill. Cedar Cliff High School looking gray here this morning. And again, low clouds ahead of this front. We could also see a couple of showers and storms ahead of this. If we do, we'll have to keep an eye on some low-level rotation. The main line itself, there is no watches or warnings along it. And if this comes through early enough, and it is speeding now into Pennsylvania, the westernmost part, that could really tamp down severe weather later today. So the one thing I'm confident in today is that damaging winds along this front are going to be fairly certain, at least localized winds. Mild air out ahead of this clashing with colder air behind it are creating some good atmospheric dynamics. Look at York, for example, almost near 60 degrees there, and temperatures have climbed by anywhere from 15 to 25 degrees locally since yesterday. The warm air advection ahead of this front is happening, and it's happening because of a low-level jet and a southerly breeze. That all being said, again, there's a lot of ingredients that have to come together for severe weather. The potential exists today for severe thunderstorms, but I think the potential is highest for wind and damaging wind gusts, as we will likely get into the 60s here this afternoon, and then we crash tonight down below freezing, 28 degrees. Even some snow showers are possible here on the backside of this front, but this is a big time trough. It extends all the way down to the Gulf. Notice the cold air wrapping around behind this. A good old-fashioned snowstorm across the upper Midwest with stormy weather here in the east today. The question is, what areas are going to see tornadoes? Probably south of here. What areas are going to see damaging wind gusts? Probably locally. And what areas are actually going to see some severe thunderstorms? Well, notice where the severe threat is now. It is mainly to our south, and that's why I want to keep an eye on this line. As this moves in, that could really limit our chances to see severe weather later. Hail, lightning, tornadoes. But I think the wind is still going to be around, because look at the temperatures. 54 in Harrisburg and only 26 in Chicago. 7 in Denver and 21 in Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Texas is 30 degrees colder than we are. So the Storm Prediction Center does say there is an elevated risk today locally of damaging winds. And that's what I want to focus on, because while there could be a few tornadoes, I do think the highest risk for that is to the south. It is something we will be watching, though, today. No reason to panic. I just think the wind threat here is higher. And I think that as we move into this evening, you want to make sure you tie everything down. Showers, maybe a rumble of thunder ahead of the main line, but the main show looks to start during the mid to late afternoon and continue into tonight. This doesn't show a lot, though, and that's why I'm starting to doubt just how bad the severe weather will be. I think it's going to be very windy, though, as this front roars through this evening with some snow showers on the backside of it. So to me, the damaging wind gust threat in local spots, that certainly is the highest concern here later today. And then as we move into tomorrow, mostly cloudy, cold and blustery again. Wednesday will bring some clouds as well. Temperatures are going to climb, though. It is going to be a mild day ahead of this thing, into the upper 60s and then crashing down tonight into the 20s. You're going to need the winter jacket here tomorrow morning, because temperatures are going to be below freezing. It is still going to be blustery. So we'll keep an eye. If there are watches and warnings, you'll know them. We'll scroll them. You'll get them on your phone. And we will, of course, let you know as this line moves in. Kind of a now-casting event to see how bad this could be. But I think the winds are going to be the big story here later, more so than anything. And you just want to make sure you're aware of that.
So practice is canceled?
I would say it's going to be windy and rainy later, yes.
Okay.
At the very least.
Not good. Thank you, Brett. Let's take a